All right, back on Sports Bit, Paulie and Teddy, deep dive. Every Monday it's college football recap. We start with bad beats. Well, this was brutal, Teddy. Kansas State and Texas Tech, a 4th and 16 PI on K-State, and Texas Tech scores on the last play to get inside the number.
Well, it wasn't the last play because they actually recovered the onside kick.
Oh, sorry.
After they had gotten the PI on the 4th and 16 and then the touchdown pass. It was a real tough beat, for K-State. I had K-State in my pocket. At the same time, look at the quarterback comparison here. I mean, Zach Ertz was not good, and Patrick Mahomes, who wasn't supposed to play, ended up being great. Threw for 500 yards. When one quarterback's throwing for 100 and the other one's quarterback is throwing for 500, and the QB who's throwing for 100 is laying doubles, you're not going to necessarily cover a whole lot of those spreads, especially because Kansas State had already scored a touchdown on a kick return, an interception return, but they settled for 2 late field goals, grinding clock, instead of staying aggressive and building a bigger margin for that 4th and 16 interception that got wiped out by a phantom pass interference call that ended up costing K-State backers the money. Do I sound bitter? Yeah, I hope so. I am.
Yep. Jesse Ertz, not Zach. Zach in the NFL.
Yeah, sorry.
Hey, this was horrible. I was watching this live when it happened. USC and Colorado. Colorado in the game because USC kept turning it over. But it's tight late, and Schuster's wide open. He could have walked into the end zone, Teddy, with the cover, but he falls down, takes the knee, and they run out the clock. Oh, that was brutal. The Brian Westbrook play back in the Philly days.
But you know what? It's the right thing to do, though. I mean, you can't hate a guy for playing smart, and USC doesn't play a lot of smart football, necessarily. That's a smart move, even though Trojan backers didn't like it one iota.
Bad bet.
Tough beat. Yeah, I mean, USC certainly was the right side there. They did not get the money.
No, bad bets. Maryland, they had nothing against Penn State.
Well, I don't know if they had nothing. Their quarterback got hurt. I mean, Hills got hurt right before halftime, and then the ensuing drive, Sankey broke off a long touchdown run. There was a 3-point game to a 10-point game, and it was a complete killer. And then the Nittany Lions had, a 71-yard touchdown, and it was garbage time thereafter. Certainly wrong side money on Maryland. Yeah, some of that was mine too.
No, these two teams have been major disappointments. Iowa survives at Minnesota.
Surviving the Gophers took a ton of money, plus 1.5 to minus 2.5. Just like they were betting the crap out of Maryland, they were betting the crap out of Minnesota. Mitch Leidner, the senior quarterbacks that can't. I mean, he was weak as a sophomore, he was weak as a junior, now he's weak as a senior. Virtually identical quarterback ratings all 3 year against Iowa. 13 of 33, a $1.66, no touchdowns, 2 INTs. All that Gopher money goes to the sports books.
All right, bad for the books. Lots of them. What we told you earlier in the week, Jimmy Vaccaro said this Hurricane Matthew's going to be a giant pain in the ass, and he was right. Notre Dame, NC State was a gift. Same with Virginia Tech and North Carolina. They were playing in a swimming pool at NC State. That total opened 68, bet down to 56. It was a 10-3 final.
Yeah, but I mean, look at all of them. The Army Duke under 48.5 got bet down to 43. They finished with 19 points. Syracuse Wake 57.5 only got bet down to 53.5. That one stayed 20 points under the opener from 57.5. Finished 37. Virginia Tech North Carolina. Tar Heels offense didn't work too well in the nasty conditions. 62 bet down to 49.5. These are huge moves. Fell 37. You talked about that Notre Dame NC State. A 12-point move. They only scored 13 points in the ball game. The books did not like any of those Hurricane games. They took a beating on the totals.
Yes, BYU blows out Michigan State on the road.
Oh, yeah. Sparty was awful. And the sharp money knew it. The sharp money came all over BYU, plus 6 down to 3.5. D'Antonio's squad now on a 3-game losing streak, I believe for the first time since his very first season in East Lansing.
Yes, how about Bowling Green?
Oh, yeah. They finally get their first spread cover coming through the back door. They took a ton of money, plus 14 down to plus 11.5. Not a good result for the books that cater to sharp players.
Here's another one. The dream's over. Oh, my God. Laying 18 bet down to 15.5. Houston loses at Navy. What the hell? They gave up 46 points.
Navy's tough to stop, and they're tough to stop when you don't see it every week. But a lot of midshipman money, and the Cougars' dreams of the playoffs are over. So we need to pay close attention right now to how focused they are between now and the Louisville showdown on November 17th. And we also need to pay attention to how loud the Tom Herman to wherever rumors get now. I wonder if those rumors become too loud to drown out.
Yep, and we talked on Thursday's show, the college football preview, that Helfrich might go with the freshman quarterback. He did. It was nothing but Washington money, and they won 70-21. They end the 12-game losing streak against the Ducks.
Yeah, with a resounding victory in Eugene, and Washington -8, -10, and up to -10.5, -11. Nothing but Huskies money. And now, okay, the wise guys have been pounding Washington all year. They've been paying off like a hot slot machine. That hasn't changed. The books are going to have to work really hard to keep the public off the Huskies, because this is a team that is costing them money every single week, and the bandwagon just keeps getting bigger. Kind of like that Michigan bandwagon, as I wear my Michigan shirt tonight.
Oh, how about that? I've never seen. Oh, come on. I mean, 27 bet up to 30.5 at William Hill. 98% of the bets were on Michigan. 78-0. Yards 600-39. First downs 23-2.
Yeah, it wasn't that close. Michigan really wasn't trying to run up the score in the second half. They were just handing the ball off. Rutgers couldn't tackle. The Scarlet Knights have been outscored 136-0 over the last two games. How do you build off that? It's already been a long season at Rutgers, and it's only going to get worse. But for Michigan, that bandwagon just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Books have not been able to make the line high enough yet on Michigan Wolverines games.
Two more, Teddy, before play of the day. Auburn, a 4-point move. Pick them up to 4. They won 38-14. Even worse, because LSU Florida was canceled. So this became the ESPN game. So the books took a beating there. And the Pirate does it again. It's a repeat of last year where they got off to the slow start, and now they amp it up once they get into conference play. They were bet down from 11.5 to 7.5, and they blew out Stanford on the road.
Yeah, this is the Washington State team that lost at home on opening day to an FCS foe. Again, but a ton of Wazoo money. I mean, 7.5, there were 7s, there were some 6.5s for a while for some late Stanford money. 42-16, it wasn't close.
No.
But it's clear the markets are now officially aware that the 2016 version of Stanford isn't very good, especially on offense.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
So we're giving you picks every day, and you're probably making your own as well. Be sure to participate in SBR's weekly Twitter Bankroll Challenge. Just post your picks on Twitter with @SBRSportsPicks and the hashtag BetSBR before 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, Monday through Friday. We'll be betting your picks, and if the bankroll is positive at the end of the week, you could win the profits. Picks must be of events taking place that day and available in at least one of the major sportsbooks shown in our Best Sportsbooks page.